live. Oh, there it is. Hey guys.
Starting. Okay, there you go.
Yep, technical difficulties here. All right, we're live.
We're live. We're trying to figure out how to do live. I think everything we do is correct. Anyways, let us know. I hope you guys can hear us. But if not, we'll know the next time we do live again. So whoever's going to be watching this in the future or even now, welcome to this soul healing journey that Jonathan and I decided to do. So kind of briefly talk about what inspired us to do this is that we just feel this yearn to want to share what we know, what we've learned about life and everything we've experienced so far. And I just feel like there's so much that we have experienced, that we have learned that could potentially benefit a lot of people who may be going through the similar things. And especially now the world, we have realized that collectively a lot of people are going through changes, they're going through shifts, they're moving, they're changing identity, or what used to work for them no longer serve them anymore. And they're now in a new era, a new world, trying to discover who they really are. And more than ever right now, I think a lot of people just need more of that connection and that support from each other. So I thought Jonathan had an idea like, hey, you already have a journal. Why don't we just kind of, use this journal as a guidelines to share, questions to help people reflect and help them find their own true answers. Hey, Uriah, thank you.
Thank you.
So we thought we'll just take the opportunity. Every week we'll go through each chapter of the Soul Journal. There's a total of 12 chapters in here, and each chapter has about 5 questions. So every week we're gonna kind of share those 5 questions that you can take notes on, you can reflect on, and if you feel called to get the book to follow along, feel free. If not, just get a blank journal, get a blank notebook, write down those questions. These videos are going to be in this Facebook for as long as Facebook exists. So you can always come back and review it anytime you need. Okay. So today, to kind of dive in, I want to talk about your desires. The very, very first chapter is deep dive into your deepest desire. And I want to talk about why this is so important. I've noticed, myself included, that a lot of people in this world want things that they think they want. I'm going to say that again. A lot of people, including us, okay, want a lot of things in our lives. We think we want it. But have we ever questioned, do we really, really want it? And why do we want it? We've worked with several clients. I'm going to give you a very recent example of why this question, getting to know your truest, deepest desire, is important. Because if you're constantly wanting things that you think you want, but truly deep down, maybe it's not what you truly want. You work really, 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 really hard and wanted to get the thing that you think you want. And then you're constantly wondering, why is it so hard? How come it's not, like, why is it always so obstacles, challenges? And then you just feel like shit sometimes because you're working so hard, you're trying to do the best that you can. When challenges come, you're hustled, but then to the point it feels icky because it's not completely aligned with you. Recently, we had a client who came to see us. And then, of course, we're going to ask, hey, what are you trying to get out of the session that you have with us? And he says, I've been wanting to manifest this condo and manifest a certain amount of money in my life, but, I just can't feel the happiness. I just can't feel the joy when I, visualize myself in the condo that I want to manifest. And so what he really wanted was he wants to feel the joy. And as we continue to have the conversation, like, okay, so tell me, why do you want the condo? Why do you want to manifest this amount of money? Is it because it makes you feel good to have this house? Is it because you have a place to feel like you belong? Or what is it? And he was like, well, yeah, I guess it's a place that, I want that I can belong, where I feel like I can have family and friends over. And then, yeah, so my parents will be very proud of me. Okay, so listen to those little words. And once we get into official session, we start having this conversation. And I asked him, what do you think is your dad's definition of success? And what is your definition of success? And he said, I think my dad's definition of success is get good grades, go to good college, get a good job, have beautiful, nice condo, be very successful in your career, make a certain amount of money, blah, blah. I said, great. Okay, tell me. Then now tell me, what is your own definition of success? And he says, I'm connected to God. Everything that I do is because of the faith of love and God. And I just want to give back. I want to connect to people. I want to form a community where I can share and I can give back to people. And I said, cool. I said, hey, just wanted to remind you a little bit. Do you see that you came to us for the reason you wanted to manifest a condo? And then when I ask you, what is your definition, your dad's definition of success? You mentioned that your dad's definition of success is to have a nice condo, make a certain amount of money. But what's truly important to you is love and connection with the people that you care about, the people that you serve. You see what I'm saying? Like, a lot of us are trying so hard to manifest something into our lives that's not even what we truly wanted deeply into our hearts. And here's the thing. What I also noticed, another thing is, I love this quote that my friend said to me. Well, I quoted her. When I was at a stage of my life where I sort of was going through the transition of changing my identity. For the past decade, I wanted my coaching business to look a certain way, feel a certain way, be a certain way. And one day, to the point where, like, well, that has been my dream for the past 10 years. Now I finally get the opportunity to actually do it, to make it the way that I want to. Why does it feel icky or not aligned? It just doesn't feel right. Why do I always feel like there's challenges? Why isn't it as smooth as I want it to be? And I was just having a huge struggle during that period of time. And I was having a conversation with my friend Sheree. And she was like, because I told her one of my superpower is I'm very, very good at looking at my own shadow inner work. I work on myself a lot. I feel through my negative emotions. And this is what she says to me when I told her that I was kind of confused about, I don't know what's the next step of my life. Like, I think I want this, but how come if something's missing and I don't know what? And she said, Bridget, it takes courage to face your shadow side, but it also takes a lot of courage to be vulnerable enough to admit to yourself what you truly want. I'm going to say that again. It takes courage to face your own shadow side, but it also takes a lot of courage to be vulnerable enough to face and admit to yourself what you truly want, and also what you truly don't want anymore. We're constantly changing and shifting, and we are not the same person that we were 5 or 10 years ago. Maybe for the past 10 years, we wanted this. What if at starting this point, my logical mind says, I think I still want this because I worked really hard for the past 10 years for this. But what if starting this point forward, your heart and soul is ready for another dream to be manifested, to be created, but it just needs you to listen to it. But you have been focusing on, that has been my dream for the whole time. Why would I want to change it? Blah, 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 blah. And this is why I want to talk about this chapter of deep dive into your deepest desire, because I've noticed that what we think we want is not what we truly want. And when we talk about what we truly want, we're afraid to actually listen to it and hear it. Because what if what I want is considered as, oh, but it doesn't bring you money? What you truly want is, honestly, I just want garden paint. But what? You're just gonna garden and paint for the rest of your life? You're not gonna do other stuff? What if what you truly want right now, honestly, I just wanna go to the beach and go for a beach walk and just be and listen to myself. Hey, but you know what? Like your life is busy enough. Like constantly every time you have a want, or maybe today you're like, I just wanna do nothing. I wanna go shop. I wanna buy myself something, and you override it with another rejection. Oh no, 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 don't buy yourself this. Don't give yourself a massage. Don't invest in this program. Don't do blah 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 because you should wait. Wait until everything else is taken care of, then think about yourself. It's so habitually happening that I don't think we're consciously aware of how many rejections that we actually give to ourselves when we say, right now, I just want to take a break. Right now, I just want to zone out. Right now, I just want to breathe. Right now, I just want to leave everything and be by myself for a little bit. Just these little tiny wants. Sometimes we don't even allow ourselves to want those.
Yeah, that's it's very true, and I want to add on to the other element of it because I think a lot of people also want something and they don't know why they want it. A lot of our clients, they want a condo, a house, a new car, a certain amount of money. Usually it's a certain amount of money. I want to make $1 million this year, right? And is that what they really want? You know, so I encourage you to ask yourself, like, what is it that you want? Why do you want that? Oh, it's the $1 million. People don't want money. They want the freedom that money can buy, right? They want to be able to travel. They want to be able to do, right? So then it's like, okay, cool. And why do you want to travel? Oh, because then I get to experience different cultures and meet different people. Okay, cool. So how would you feel if you were traveling? You didn't have to worry about money and you were traveling right now with your family, eating the best foods and meeting some awesome people. Like, oh, well, I would feel happy and I feel content and peaceful. So then the question is, do you really want the money or do you really want to just feel peaceful and happy and content? Right? There's a real big difference. And then if it's like, oh, wow, I really just want to feel confident and happy and peaceful within myself, guess what? You can choose that now.
Mm-hmm.
You can choose to feel that now. Obviously, there's work. You know, there might be some inner work and inner stuff to look at, but if you realize that it's the feeling. Most of the times, it's the feeling that you want. Like, oh, I want a new relationship because I want to feel like I'm in love and passionate and cared for, and right. So, if that's the case, why don't we just focus on being present and choosing those feelings that you want to feel right now, and everything else doesn't mean you can't want the new relationship or you can't want money. Like those will be byproducts once you're already feeling good, right? Have you noticed when you do feel good and when you do feel like, wow, things are going my way, right? Just when you feel good, things tend to just work your way, right? And even if something quote unquote bad happens, you're able to handle it a lot easier and better, and like, hey, not a problem, right? And then there's the when it rains it pours. When you're feeling down, it's like, oh my God, this bad thing happened, and then that bad thing happened, right? All these things. So what if you're actually the one creating that based on how you feel? And so what you want is just simply, I mean, on the simple terms, it's you want to feel a certain way.
Yes. So I want to give a little metaphor. I want to piggyback on what Jonathan just said because it's such a beautiful reminder. You think about what you want. For instance, right now, let's say most people said, I want to have net worth of blah, 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 millions of dollars. I want to make certain amount of money. I want to be able to provide for my family. Okay. So these are the surface ones. Let's call it that. And then I want you to look at what you want and I want you to ask yourself, why do you want it? How does it make you feel to have that? What does it mean to you to have all that? Now, once you have those answers, the why and how does it make you feel, that is your deeper true desire of what you actually do want. We had another client who also came to us and said, I wanted to close certain amount of escrows in each month Okay, I want to make a certain amount of money each month.
She was a real estate agent.
Yeah, she was a real estate agent. And then we asked her, why is that important to you? Why do you want this? Also, I can provide for my family, and then that my parents can be proud of me. So, I'll always have enough for them. So I listened for what she's saying and also what she's not saying. And I said, then do you constantly feel like you're not enough? She said, yeah. So she thinks by closing a certain amount of escrows, by making a certain amount of money to provide for her family, that in terms will help her feel she's good enough. But what if by focusing on what you think you want is blocking you from getting what you truly want? And here's a metaphor, just like eating. Have you ever eat a lot of you're hungry and you eat a lot of junk food? You think you want junk food and you eat a lot of it very quickly, and you're like, oh, I still want more. And then you just eat more, and you find yourself not completely satisfied, or just feel sluggish, or just feel like slow, or feel tired, or feel bloated. But have you noticed when you eat nutritious food, when you eat salad, when you give your body exactly what it needs, not what you think it needs, it doesn't need to eat a lot. You get full like that. You don't eat a lot. Like when I eat salad, I'm like, oh, that was very filling. Even though I get hungry faster, but then I don't have to eat a lot in order to feel like I'm fulfilled. It's the same thing. Wanting money for the reason that's not completely aligned with your heart's true desire, it may feel like you're eating junk food. Fried chicken, fries, all these comfort food to make you feel like, hey, that makes you feel better. But this is also the pattern we've noticed. Okay, let's say you close the escrow, you make that amount of money. If you're constantly seeking for that junk food, you're always gonna look for the next junk food. Okay, I closed 3 escrow. Now I want 10. I made $1 million. No, I want 10 million now. No, 100 million. It will be a never enough cycle, because why? You started from that place of, because I am not enough, so I have to make all this money, provide for my family to make me feel enough. But it never ever works that way, never. If what you truly want is to feel enough, then that's what you focus on. When you nurture the part of you, when you love yourself through the parts of you that feel like it's not enough, to accept those parts of you that feel like I need to do more in order to feel loved and worthy and accepted enough, those are the parts of you that need the most love and attention and time and energy from you. Not hustling, not grinding. When you heal those parts of you, when you're there to listen to those parts of you that don't feel good enough, and you love yourself through it, you are feeding a salad. It no longer needs to be operate from a place of, I am not enough, so I need to make more money. It comes from a place of, I am enough, I am loved, and I'm happy, and things fall into place for me. I love Wayne Dyer's quote. He says, do nothing and leave nothing undone. Do nothing on the surface level of, okay, a lot of people go and hustle and grind, and still they do everything right and still not getting the results that they want, because they haven't taken care of that part of themselves that's operating from, I want to feel more enough when I have certain results in my life. Okay, I hope this helps you open your mind to the possibilities that there's a deeper desire than what you think you want. Okay?
Are you going to go over the
Yes.
questions? Or?
So for now, I want to share some of the questions. Now you can go and reflect on your own. You can get pen and paper. These are just the 5 questions. And again, I will highly recommend to come back to them as many times as you want, because every time you come back and ask the same question, you will discover a deeper layer of what you truly want. And I know for a fact, when you hear the part of yourself go to give you that deepest answer of what you truly want, you will feel it. You'll feel in your body, you'll feel in your gut, you'll feel in your soul. Okay? So trust yourself, trust your process, and come back to it anytime, as many times as you want. And this video is gonna be here for as long as Facebook exists. So feel free to come back to it, okay? So number one question, if you never have to worry about other people's expectations, thoughts, feelings, and opinions about you, what would you really want for yourself? Your life, your purpose, your relationships, and your happiness. Okay. I want to ask this question because a lot of time, for instance, I do this a lot. I'm a lot better now. But a lot of time, honestly, because I'm a doer, okay, and I do a lot of things. And when I feel like I'm not doing or I'm not contributing, there's a part of me that just judge myself so hard, even though I've already done a lot and I just kind of discount it. So there are times where I'm like, I really just want to zone out. I want to just go for a beach walk, or I just want to be there and do nothing. But in my mind, I would make up stories about, oh, but I should be working on something. I should be providing more content to help other people. I should, do something for the family. I should, like constantly in my mind, I'm already like thinking what other people's expectations of me, and I'm not listening to what I truly want and need at the moment. This is just one example of just the daily life. On a grander scheme, it could be I had to go through a huge inner work and inner realization during that period of time when the whole world was saying you need to make certain amount of money as a coach, you got to position yourself this way and blah blah blah, oh, you got to market yourself this way, blah blah blah. Honestly, none of that connected with me, none of that resonated with me. But I was not listening to myself because I thought I didn't know better. I thought I needed to do my business to serve in this way, however the people and like everybody told me to do. It has always been out of alignment for a long, long time. Until I realized there's something going on. It doesn't feel right. Until I actually sat down and go, okay, what did I learn? What did I like? What resonated with me? What didn't? What worked for me? What didn't? Who am I? Who am I not? What did I like out of these experiences? What did I not? And I pick and choose and go, okay, these are the things that don't serve me. I really, really don't like it. I do not relate to it. And these are the things I go, oh my gosh, I really liked it. But these are like just puzzle pieces. I don't know what to do with them. It wasn't until I sat down and really look at the puzzle pieces and go, okay, I think this and this fits together, and that's who I am. But it took me courage to have to let go of what all the mentors and coaches told me that I should be doing. Because I thought if I don't follow that, I will never succeed. If that was a form of expectations. Or your family say you need to be a doctor, you need to be a lawyer. And if you're not, if you don't study, get good grades. Oh, no. I actually was in another group, and there was a little girl who said, all I wanted is to meditate, but my parents told me that I need to study and get into really, really college. And then I don't know what to do. I'm freaking out. And I felt so bad because I feel like her inner wisdom is telling her what she needs right now. But her mind is like, but if I just focus on meditating, I'm not studying, my parents are going to be mad at me. These are the type of expectations you have to realize. What are you wanting? How are you wanting things from people's expectations of you? Is it obligation, or do you feel truly happy and joyful?
So I think what Bridget's saying is, are the dreams that you have, the things that you want, are they yours or are they somebody else's? Right? Like for me, I went to school and I graduated from college, but I didn't really want to do those things. Like I didn't really care about graduating college, to be honest. but I knew that my parents wanted that for me, and so I did that, and I did graduate, and they were very happy, and it was cool. But it wasn't my dream, you know, and you have to discover like are the things that you want. Even you may think it's like, oh no, that's what I want, but is it really? Because there's a lot of influence from our parents and from other people in our in our lives. So that's just another thing to be clear on, and that's kind of what leads to this question here.
Okay. So the next question, after you realize, if I'm not scared of or not thinking about what other people want me to want, after you realize what you truly want for you, I want you to ask this. Why do you want it? And why is it important for you to have it?
Yeah, why is there's also another exercise called the 7 whys where you can just ask yourself like why 7 times, right? Like, oh, so for example, like I want to lose weight, right? Well, why do you want to lose weight? Well, I want to be healthier and be more fit. Why do you want to be healthier and more fit? Well, because I want to feel more energized. I want to have, well, why do you want more energy? So I can spend more time with my daughter and spend more time with Bridget. And we can just go out to the beach more and do more things, have more activities together. And why do you want that? To spend quality time and connect with them, love and connection. So like, you see, like I've done like 5 whys down. It's like, oh, so what I really want is to feel energized and spend time with my family because that's what fuels me, right? So going down several whys will help you kind of discover like, oh yeah, this, okay, so what I really want, maybe it's not the top thing, but it's, I still want to lose weight, that's important, and be healthy, but really I want to spend more time with my family and connect and have the energy to do that. And being fit and healthy is going to allow me to be more present and more active in their lives.
Yeah. And once you realize what you truly want, your brain and your body like, oh, that's all I want, like what I wanted for like all this time. I didn't even know. Okay, you start to open up the gate to allow yourself to do and be more of what you truly want. For instance, oh, actually, I just want to be healthy. I want to connect. Okay, that's what I want. Then I'm gonna do more of that. And then you open up more gates. You open up more doors. Okay. All these questions will definitely serve you in some way if you just take the time to reflect on it and to listen to your own truth to it. And notice that, because I've done this so much, I journal a lot, work on myself a lot, I meditate a lot. And through the process of journaling, asking myself questions, different questions, this is my own experience anyways. Everybody may have different experience, but I've noticed the surface level, I will ask the profound questions for myself, and I will have the surface level answers that come out. And I will let them out, even though it makes sense or it doesn't make sense, it feels right or it doesn't feel right. I have to let all the answers out for me to discover my deepest true answers. So you may also experience the same thing. That is why I highly recommend to go back to these questions multiple times, because each layer you will discover and be connected to yourself more and more, okay? So that was the second question. The third question. What does it mean to you when this dream, desire manifests into form? What does that mean to you? Okay. So, for instance, is there an instance? Let me see.
Well, I mean, if you go back to the example I used, right? If I become healthy, I'm eating healthy, I'm fit, I'm more energized. I mean, probably will look better, and that made me feel more confident about myself. But I'll be able to spend all that time. So if it actually manifests, then I think some of the byproducts is being able to spend more quality time with Bridget and Nyla, and maybe with my friends, and I'll feel happier, and there could be a lot that comes from that. Maybe more inspiration comes, more ideas come, better, more productive at work. I don't know, all these different things. So I think that question is asking, once this becomes true, whatever it is you want becomes true, how is your life going to be? Who would you be? How would you, be spending your time? And I don't know, is there something else you want to add to
Well,
that?
to me, as he was talking, I was like trying to feel through my own desires because honestly, I'm living one of my biggest desires right now is to I journal probably a few years ago. What is it that I really, really want? And I realized what I really, really want, if I don't have to worry about what other people think of me, what I'm supposed to bring into the table, what I really, really want is just have like bonfire, and be surrounded by like-minded people. And we just talk about life, talk about personal development, spirituality, and just universe. And I literally am living that now in Mexico. And what does it mean to me? It means right now, I realize it means to me that I'm living me, that I'm being true to me, that I'm trusting my own guidance, that I'm allowing myself to want what I want and allow myself to have what I want. That's what it means to me. So, what does it mean to you to have your dreams become reality? What you truly want become reality. And this is the interesting about the journal because everyone will have their own take on it. There's no right or wrong answers. Whatever answers that come to you is uniquely yours. It's precious to you. Acknowledge it and thank yourself for taking the time to listen to you. And thank the part of you that's giving you answers. Because I don't know about your upbringing. My upbringing was I was not allowed to express what I really wanted. If I were to express what I really wanted, I would be spanked, yelled at, and beat. And so that's why my friend's quote of it takes courage to be vulnerable enough to admit to what you really want is so powerful because we have been taught not to what we want, truly want, anyways.
What we want is not okay.
Yes, exactly. But what if that's bullshit? What if it's time to let go of that bullshit? And that's why these questions are profound and powerful and is needed for us to discover the true authentic you that is yearning to be free from these no's, shoulds, need to, must, or else. You are ready. You're ready to be free from that for the new authentic you to live freely the way you want it. Okay, cool. So that was what, the third question? Yeah. So now comes the fourth question. When I ask this question, when you ask yourself this question, allow your heart, your intuition, your feelings to guide you, okay? How would your life be different if you were to have this new experience in your reality now? How would you be different? Yeah. If you were to imagine, this is where creativity, being a child, could be very helpful for this, question, is imagine you sit in a time machine and you go through a time portal and you jump into 10 years or 20 years down the road and that you truly are living your dream life exactly how you want it or beyond and way better than you could ever imagine. How is she or he different now? How is she or he smiling different, walking differently now, connecting and talking to people differently now? How does she want differently now? Does she still want money, or other things are more important to her now because money is all taken care of? Relationship is all good. What else would she want to explore? Does she want to learn more other stuff, learn a different language, go to a different culture? Sit in a time machine and travel through time and see if you already have everything you ever wanted and beyond what you can think of to ask right now, to manifest right now. Life is every day is your perfect day. How would you walk different? How would you communicate differently? How would your relationship be different? How would you feel differently? Realize that that is your true power. That is who you are, and every day live from that space. Because that's your soul and your heart living you crumbs and telling you that is your possibility. That is one reality that you can create right now. But you have to see and know that it is possible for you. It is. We just haven't spent the time to realize that it is. Because we have been focusing on what we should be wanting and not what we truly want. But if the more energy and time you spend on what you truly want, and the feelings of that's already in a reality, and tap into the you that is already living in that reality. You're a different person. You walk differently, you talk differently, you show up differently. Invite that new you into your reality right now. Be that. Vibrate from that. And see how life changed for you every single day. Just little by little. It's happened for us so many times. Okay, that was the fourth question. The fifth question is, now that you have time jumped into that reality, after everything is done, now, what is the one thing you can do right now to get you closer to that dream and desire? I've actually had a friend quite a few years ago who told me, because he was living the dream that I wanted, but I wasn't living it, because he was like going on bike ride, like he literally was on a bike ride to go across the country, visit different places in the world, and he just had a vision for himself of what kind of life he wanted. And he was a lot older than me, and then he shared with me for the first time. That was the first time I heard it. He said he always think about the end of where he wants to go, and he works backwards. And it may serve some of you, it may not, I don't know. But at least you know where you're going and you know what to do. But I don't want you to think way too far. I have to do this. No. Just choose one thing. One thing. What can you do right now to get you closer to where you want to go? And that one thing can be, whoa, I just want to journal. I just want to meditate. I've been wanting to garden and I haven't done that. Maybe it has nothing to do with, and on the surface level, it may feel like it has nothing to do with your dream or reality, or the reality that you want. But it can take you there, because it's going to shift your mood, change the way you feel, and then doors will open from there. And once you do that one thing, you feel ready, that you can ask yourself that question again. What is that one thing I can do right now to get me closer? Just focus on one step at a time, because we look at it too far, too much. We're like, oh my gosh, it's too much. I don't want to, it's impossible. It takes too much time. Maybe I should just wait. No. That's why. Just focus on one thing. Okay?
I would say listen to your heart from it.
Yes.
Just what is one thing I can do, and just feel it from your heart. Like, listen to your heart. Your heart will tell you.
Yeah. I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it for the first day for this live. It's what, 40 minutes? Yeah, I think that's a good amount.
Yeah. Thank you for bearing with us.
Yeah, cool. So, any questions about this at all? Yes, thank you for staying with us, Roy.
Yeah, thank you for staying here. Yeah.
Appreciate your time, and this will be, I think we're gonna start archiving these in the group.
You're awesome too!
You're awesome too. And we'll go ahead and archive it. I think there's a way to put units in it, so anybody watching the replays can go to the units section.
Yeah.
And
next week we'll go through the second chapter.
Yeah.
If you want to give me I'll give you a little preview of what's the second chapter. What is it? Let me see. Oh. So once you realize what you want, the next chapter is to face your butts. I want this butt. I want that butt. So next week will be about that.
Yeah, next
Yeah.
week, and we'll let you guys know what's. I don't know if it might be the same day and time. It might be a different day.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll
depending
post
on-
it
Yeah, we'll
in
let
the
you guys
show.
know in the group.
Yeah, either way, these videos will be here for eternity. And thank you for being here.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, we love you.
Much love.
And thank you for doing the work that you do. Thank you for wanting to get to know yourself more. Thank you for taking the time. We enjoy you and we love you and thank you so much. Have a beautiful day.
Bye.